Stars in the Bing. Welcome. Welcome, everybody.
Thanks for having
Torquil
us.
Campbell right here with Stars, who just sang the song. And where is home base for you guys? Is it Montreal or is it sort of...
It is Montreal. I live wherever my wife goes, but she's an actor. She's a stage actor, so we travel around a lot. But this is Amy Milan singing
Hello?
beautiful music.
Yeah.
Mr. Evan Cranley on the bass guitar.
Thanks for coming.
Mr. Patrick McGee covering the drums. Mr. Christopher McCarran. And my dear old friend, Mr. Chris Seligman.
Stars.
And they live in Montreal, but I'm not hip enough for Montreal.
You're like the gypsy. I really got the impression of Gypsy Caravan backstage when I was talking to you guys. And there are like, how many people on the bus?
I really have no idea.
12.
It's crazy.
There's 12. Well, there's 11 and a really little one.
There's a little one running around. I don't know. Where is she?
She went outside.
Yeah,
Explore
she
Portland.
was in here and she just decided that all these chairs are hers. So I thought she'd get really mad at all of you. So I thought I'd send her out for a little walk.
That's your little one, Amy.
Evan and I, we have a baby Delphine. She's a year and a half, and we all sleep in the back of the bus.
It is really fun back there, and you have a wonderful stage manager who's like, it's like, the herding the cats thing.
Mr. Tom Carlson.
He is very, very
King
good.
of the road.
Yeah, he's very, very good. So shout out to wherever you are sitting.
Yeah.
Right on. Good
Thomas the
job. I
best.
saw it in action.
Yeah, nice.
Tom.
A little
Taking care,
respect,
making sure you get where you're going at every minute. No kidding.
He's amazing.
Hey, I was. It sounds like a lot of fun to be on the road like that.
It is. It is.
And I was reading your tweets at your website, and so much fun because they're all about the political season that's been going on down
Oh,
here.
you mean mine personally?
Are those your personal tweets?
Those are mine.
No,
You-
the Stars was also
Oh,
tweeting.
Stars.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Stars
Yeah,
was also
there's just
tweeting about them. But
So
yesterday was very exciting, and it was so interesting because we had this insane day yesterday. We woke up in Minneapolis, and then we had to get to Chicago, which of course, right, Chicago. But we were only in Chicago for 5 hours, and then we flew to Phoenix, where we saw a lot of the results coming in, and
People
then
were
ended
very
up in Oregon.
grim-faced.
Well, I've got
It
to
was
tell.
extremely satisfactory.
I've got to tell you something. I think earlier on, before we actually had the election day, the entire country was ready to move up to Canada because
Well,
this
you
is
know
sort of
what?
our. This is sort
That's
of
But
our
see, now this is
myth,
the
fallback.
interesting thing.
I'm moving
There's
to
been
Canada.
for a long time, people of the liberal or progressive bent in America have said, if so-and-so wins, I'm moving to Canada. Well, I have some bad news, which is that Canada is much further right-wing than you are now, and that we have a man running our country who makes Karl Rove look like an idealist. And we're in big trouble, so
we'll be
save your
fine.
bus
Yeah.
tickets.
It's really the people who were voting for Romney that should be like,
Yeah,
right
and-
now we're going to move to Canada.
I
don't know
genuinely
what
think
that
actually
is.
they will,
Yeah.
some of them.
I
if
don't
they
know what
find
that
out
is,
about
but
what's-
that's always our fallback, right? No matter which side
Yeah.
of the aisle you're on, it's so funny.
The good days are over.
I actually have
Don't move to
family
Canada.
in Sydney, so I could just go there anytime.
Oh,
then.
yeah, Nova Scotia's
right.
good. Yeah.
But so what is the one thing that we should know about Canada that, besides the hockey, is there something really great that's a secret up there that we should know?
No, I don't think so. I don't believe in countries, really. I don't believe that countries have great things about them. I believe people have great things about them. And just like everywhere else in the world, everywhere else in the world, there are some wonderful people in Canada that have many beautiful stories and beautiful lives that you can get involved with. But I think that's true in Azerbaijan and Afghanistan and China and the United States and everywhere. Countries are old-fashioned.
Torquil, very politic of you to say it that way. Very politic.
That's what I believe.
Yeah.
I think we've spent about 2,000 years doing the country thing. I think maybe we should do the earth thing. Maybe that
So,
would work
let's-
better.
On a little
Let's,
bit of a less intelligent thing, I would say, yes, there is. There's poutine.
Yeah, that poutine is delicious. It's French fries covered in cheese.
Oh my gosh.
We are very proud of that.
That
That's
does
just the
sound good.
hoser in me.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. I know that you Canadians do pay attention to what happens down here, but musically, what are you paying attention to stateside?
Oh, there's always so many great bands. We were just on tour with a great band called the California Wives, who have just put out their first record on Vagrant, and they were inspiring and wonderful, straight-ahead, emotional rock and roll music. It's just like... That's the thing about the music industry these days is that, yes, it's hard because people download your stuff and everybody can make a record, and so it's flooded with stuff, but it also means that all these talented people that maybe wouldn't have gotten record deals are making records in their houses. People like Sufjan Stevens and, thousands of others like him are able to make these records at home. So I mean, if I could sit here all day and list great American
Well,
bands.
let's talk about you, Stars. You have a new album that just came out in September, The North, and it's got all the ingredients that anybody loves in this kind of music, which is love and heartbreak and regret. But it does also sound a little more grown up, and I'm wondering maybe Amy, because you have now 2 children.
No, I have one child. He has one child. We each have 2.
Okay, so you're the one with the one and a half
each.
year old.
Oh God.
Oh no. And
it was a long day yesterday.
And so there's more of a sense of a maturity about it, not in a bad way, but and this is your 6th album after all.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just trying to get better at what we.
Finally grew up.
You did?
That's what happened.
Yeah, Patty grew up a little bit.
This just in.
Listen, everybody does things better as you go on. Maybe it gets
Hopefully.
harder to do because your body gives up on you, or your life becomes more complicated. You have kids and stuff. But if you have a passion and you pursue it, I think the older you get, the more you understand it and the deeper you have a relationship with it. So, if we ever stopped feeling that we were getting better at doing it, I think we wouldn't want to do it. It really is ultimately, as much as we love making a living doing this and as much as we love playing for people, ultimately it's this kind of thing of, can we actually get better at this? And I think as we get older, we feel like we can, because we selected a kind of music that's kind of hard to play. We didn't decide to be a 4-on-the-floor rock band, which can be very hard to keep that energy going. You can put out 1 or 2 great records as a very aggressive, straight-ahead rock band, but then it gets tough to keep that energy in place. And we sort of came from the opposite direction, saying, how delicate can we make this music, and how complicated can we make it? And so as we get older, we get better at figuring out how to do that.
Well, it's great to get to know you. It's great to have Canada in the house.
It's a pleasure to
Stars
be
in
here.
the
Thanks
bin.
so much.
Thank you. Thanks so much.